Hey everyone, in this tutorial we'll go through the steps on how to make a photo or logo stamp just like what you're looking at right now. So let's get started. First, we want to start by opening the PTouch editor, choose new layout, then click OK. Select the size of the stamp that you want to work with. For this example here, I'll choose the 4090. Then we'll go Insert, Picture, from File. Then locate the file of the image you want to use. And when you import it, you'll notice that it resizes itself to fit within the printable area of the stamp itself. There's the crop marks here around the edges that you can see that's dotted. Now, if you wanted this image to span the entire stamp, just like the image I showed you before, what you'd have to do is use a different software, say something like Photoshop. So within Photoshop, you would open up a document to the size of the stamp itself. So if I was doing a 4090, it would be a 40 millimeter here by 90 millimeter. So I'd open that document up, resize it, and then from there I would re-import it back into the PTouch editor. Now, as far as the image quality goes, you want to use the highest image quality that you have available to you. If you don't have that, I have used images as small as 600 by 600 pixels. And that seems to be okay. You might have to play around with it a little bit and print out a couple ID labels to see what the stamp might look like. But I would recommend something over 600 by 600 pixels for sure. Beyond that, there's really no limitations. The better quality of the photo or the image itself will then lend to a better quality stamp impression. If it's really if it's really pixelated, it will look grainy when you print it out, right? So the cleaner the image, the better the stamp. So just bear that in mind. Okay, so from there, once you have your image in place and where you want it, you can simply slide it around. You can use the cursor to pull it, or you can click on it and then move with the arrow keys as well. You'll double click the image, then we'll go to Effects, Grayscale. And the reason we convert it to grayscale is so that we can we can envision the image itself in one gradient color. So what I mean by that, so let's say this stamp was going to be a blue stamp. Well, wherever it's the blackest, that's where the most ink will come in. So that will be where the blue will be its heaviest points. And then where the highlights are, like here, that's where you'll see probably just a light hue of blue. So that way we can kind of grasp a better understanding of where the ink will come in at its heaviest and lightest points, and hopefully you can try to envision that in the color of the stamp you're using. So from there, we'll want to adjust the brightness and contrast to your liking. This one I won't adjust too much, probably just something like that would be fine for me. And then click OK. And then from there, choose your text tool here and add your text. And from there, you can double click it and change the attributes of the text itself, change the font, whatever you wish. That doesn't look that great, but you get the idea. Okay, something like that. So whenever you're done adjusting, you can simply go to File, Print. And again, always print the ID label first. That way, you waste an ID label, it's not a big deal. You don't want to go wasting a whole stamp. So you print the ID label, get an idea of what the stamp will look like, and once you're satisfied with that, then you go back and you print the stamp. Okay? Now, let's say you wanted to print a logo stamp. It would be the exact same idea. No matter what image you want to use, you want to make it to a stamp, we'll use these same steps. So let's go Insert, Picture, from File. And I have Zombie Cakes here. It's a fake company that I made up. And so this logo I created as a vector in Illustrator. Same premise, doesn't matter. Double click. Again, grayscale, and change the brightness to what you'd like. Okay. As far as the image file, the image types, really no limitations. Most people just use JPEGs, and that's probably just the simplest and most straightforward method. But the PTouch editor does accommodate to the majority of the most common image files. So okay, so from there, once you have that, let's just move this over here, just change it up. And we'll add some text again. Okay. Okay, something like that, and then that's it. Again, file, print, ID label, and then once you're good, then click print on stamp. So that's really it. It's pretty straightforward. And again, remember, any image you want to use, always convert it to grayscale first. Get an idea of where the inks will come in at its heaviest and its lightest, just to see what that might turn out like. Other than that, there's really no limitations. You can get as creative as you want. So play around with it, have fun, and hopefully this video helped. Enjoy.